Eric Miller, what did he say? I'm leaving medicine because of the level of corruption, tyranny coming from the industry. My family's been in medicine since the 1950s, and it's changed a lot. It's been it used to be they had direct relationship with the patients. There weren't really big insurance companies. There was no Medicare, Medicaid, and now it's just a humongous bureaucracy. And you're basically told as a physician what you're allowed to do, what you're not allowed to do with respect to treating your patients. So if you think, after you've read all the literature, you've looked at the totality of all things, that a particular drug or treatment is good for your patient, if this falls outside of orthodoxy, there's a very good possibility that somebody will stop you or your license will be taken from you. There's no greater example of that than what's happened with the hydroxychloroquine side of things. Why is this a newspaper conversation? Why is this a political conversation? It's a doctor conversation. If you have a prescription drug system, you trust your doctors to basically understand what drugs to give the patient. They have to go to medical school. They have to go to residency. They have to get board certified. They have to maintain good standing in the medical community. So we know they're good research consumers. We know they have substantial clinical experience. So if I get sick and I go to my doctor, I trust them to be able to look at everything in the world and tell me what's good for me. So then why is it that the news is telling us what drugs we're allowed to take and not? It's insanity to me. Absolute insanity to me. And I can understand why people are leaving medicine, either from the tort problems we have. We have terrible lawsuit issues here, and malpractice insurance is so expensive, to the fact that you're no longer autonomous as a physician. And yeah, it's like, what's the point of the profession? And they say, oh, but if you're hurting the patient, well, yeah, then you intervene. That's why we have state boards that give you your medical license. It's why there's a complaint system. It's why you have fellow colleagues who call you into question. You have hospital rights, which require certain standards. You're not an island. You live in an ecosystem. And the whole medical system is just screwy in the United States. And it just shows you politics is getting into every single domain and aspect of our lives. And it's so exhausting and tiring. The places where it should be are when we talk about where do we want to go and how should the future be. It shouldn't be in our sports and our medicine and the things that we do to keep ourselves healthy and safe and entertained. Ugh.